All right. We are 3 days out from Ironman California this Sunday, October 19th. And I am just getting all my stuff ready. It is the night before, so it's Thursday, flying out tomorrow morning, and then have check-in and everything on Saturday, race Sunday. But of course, I'm waiting till the night before to pack everything up. But I just love the process of setting all my gear out, getting my bike ready. It's gonna be going in that bike bag in the back, but I truly just love seeing all my gear laid out like this. It looks so clean. So, wanted to walk you through everything that I'm going to be using, wearing, all my nutrition on race day. So, let's get into it. First, we got the custom Team Kona tri-suit. Team Kona is my brand. It's a group of athletes supporting mental health. We do an international trip for an Ironman 70.3 every single year, and I make these custom race suits with the different sponsors that sponsor us. Shout out to all the sponsors this year. You guys are so awesome, but this is gonna be the kit for today. I'm actually dropping a video on Instagram of me running around White Rock Lake wearing this thing, but basically it's skin tight. I'm gonna put this on and wear it the entire race. So people ask sometimes, what do you wear for the swim? Do you change into something else for the bike and then the run? No, I'm gonna be wearing this the entire time, but that will go into the other critical piece, which is my wetsuit. So I will put on my tri-suit first, and then on top of that, I will be wearing this guy. This is a TYR Hurricane. It unzips in the back. I'll put this on over my tri-suit and wear this for the swim. The water is going to be freezing in California. It's gonna be a sharp, like 60 degrees or something like that. Not as cold as the cold plunge, but being in there for an hour 15 minutes, it's gonna be icy. But this will keep our body nice and warm. For my goggles, I have these Arenas. They have kind of a dark tint, so one thing that I've noticed during the Ironmans and other stuff that I've done is the swims in the morning right when the sun's coming up. And so sometimes you're gonna be swimming and you're gonna be looking right out at the sun as it's coming up, and it's gonna be glaring right in your eyes. And so you don't wanna have clear goggles. You wanna have something that will block out the sun just a little bit. So this has got some nice tint to it. And then I'm gonna bring this swim cap, but at all the races, all the triathlons you do, they give you a swim cap. That's how you are grouped based on your age group, or if you're a pro versus an age grouper. So I will be using the swim cap that they give me. Next, the best part about triathlons, I have fallen in love with biking. I truly hated biking more than anything when I started because it's so technical. There's so many things that go into this, and it's also expensive. You know, people ask me, what's a good starter bike that I can get for around $1,000? And I'm like, well, you know, here's a couple options, but you're gonna spend $1,000 just prepping stuff for the race. You know, getting a bike fit, getting a tune, getting new tires, buying new water bottle holders, buying, you know, all the nutrition that goes into it. So, you know, triathlon's an expensive sport. The bike part of it is the most expensive and time consuming, but it's also the most rewarding because it's really cool to see how fast you can fly. But anyways, this is my bike. This is a Canyon Speed Max. I have, it's carbon fiber. The wheels are carbon fiber and everything. This thing is super light and it has electronic shifting. So basically, I'm gonna be sitting like this the entire time. I'm going for about 6 hours on the bike, somewhere around 20 miles an hour. I'm gonna be able to use this little guy to get some water. When I'm passing by the 8 stations, I'm gonna take a water bottle and squeeze it into this right here. Am I gonna go over to a sink and fill it up? I'm gonna grab and go and squeeze it in. And then I have 4 other water bottles right there. 2 of them are gonna go right here, and 2 of them are gonna go in the back. I am a bigger guy than most triathletes or runners or anything like that, and I need more fuel than the average guy. And so you'll see guys out there that don't have these because this is not super aerodynamic. I need it. I need the extra fuel, I need the extra carbs that I will be putting in my water bottles, and I need these guys on the back. So if you are someone who doesn't need that, then it's super efficient to take these out, but I'm someone who needs it. Most people don't, but I don't want to cramp on the run, so I'm gonna have these guys. But there's the bike setup. I'm super excited to just absolutely fly on that thing. This has become my best friend over the past couple of years. So, I'm excited to get out on the bike and see what I can do. For the transportation to California, I'm gonna be putting it in this bike bag that I have right back here. It's just gonna sit, I'm gonna take both wheels off, and it's gonna sit on this little structure inside this guy. And then this is gonna go oversized under the plane, and I'm gonna take it out and put it right back together for the race. But this is what I'm gonna transport it in. And then after the bike, I have, other thing, this is my bike helmet. So this thing is so clutch. It is the goofiest looking thing in the world. My girlfriend says I look like Tron or who's the guy from Incredibles, Mr. Freeze, when I have my suit on and I've got this thing on. I look like a dork, but when you are on this thing and you're in aero doing an Ironman, it looks cool, okay? At least to me. This thing is so aerodynamic. I would highly, highly, highly recommend getting one of these to anyone that does triathlons, Ironmans, anything. Mainly because 1, you don't have to remember your helmet and your sunglasses. It comes in one. It comes off super easily like this magnet. And 2, it blocks out the sound. I know this is such a small thing, but I didn't realize how loud it was, just the wind coming at me, especially if you're wearing headphones. You cannot wear headphones during an Ironman. That is probably hands down the worst part of these races, is the fact that you cannot wear headphones. So when I'm out there running, I count to 8. When I'm out there biking, I'm trying to just keep a rhythm, and my thoughts are all over the place. It's gonna be a 12-hour day. So one of the hardest things of doing an Ironman is being able to fight the mental battle of being in your thoughts for 12 hours plus, So anyways, this helmet's great, blocks out the wind, keeps noise down. Would highly recommend. There's a bunch of different brands. I have the Gyro, I don't know how you pronounce it, but this helmet's awesome. It was like $300 off of Amazon, which is steep, but was well worth it. So then, after the bike, these are my bike shoes, sorry, I keep forgetting. These are my bike shoes. I like wearing Nike everything. I have Nike cycling shoes as well. They have a little bit thicker foam. Most guys you see will be wearing kind of some thinner, really lightweight, more like plasticky type cycling shoes. Those are fine. I have a pair over there. I used them for a couple of years and they're great, but just the longer I'm out there, the less forgiving they are. And so I found these to have a little more cushion, allow them to be a little more forgiving, and I have a wider foot. So these are actually kind of different than most Nikes. You hear Nikes really thin. Well, their cycling shoes are not. Most cycling shoes are crazy thin, especially all the European brands. Nike does a really good job with these. We'll check them out for sure. But so after the bike, I'm going to throw on this race belt, which is going to have my bib attached right here. I like to just put it on just like this, and my bib's gonna sit right here. Part of the reason I do that is because it blocks this region, and not saying it's gonna be, cold the rest of the day, but after you get out from the swim, you know, that water's chilly. So anyways, those wetsuits are just tight and it shows a lot. And you know, I like to keep it professional. So I keep my bib right out here in front. It's also just a way to make sure, you know, people can recognize me and make sure I don't get disqualified. But I will have this bib on with gels in here and in here. And then I haven't decided which hat I'm gonna be wearing yet, but I have this Ironman hat, and then I made a custom Team Kona hats to match the tri-suit as well. I just don't love how flimsy it is, and it's like a total, you know, runner dude hat. I don't know what this style is called, but it's like like this is just a runner hat. Like this is, you know, kind of a mix between a runner hat and like a baseball cap. I think honestly, I'm gonna rock it backwards. You know, we'll figure something out. But not too worried about that. But at the end of the day, I wanna be able to have my stats. And so I'm gonna be wearing my Garmin. This is a Phoenix 6, and then I have my Apple Watch Ultra, and I'm just gonna rock them both for the race because I'm such a tech nerd and I love having all the stats. I think I've been asked 45 times, like, you know, how are you gonna be able to keep up and like remember to track stuff? And it's like, one, I've been practicing it for months now, and two, I'm not going to be stressed about taking 5 seconds to start my watch for the run over here and start my watch over here when I'm running a marathon. Like, I'm gonna be out there for a while. So I'm gonna take the extra 5 seconds to start my watch, get my time, and then I'll get going. Lastly, let's talk about nutrition, okay? My goal, and I'll do a close-up of everything here in a second, but overall, my goal, okay, is to have a minimum, absolute minimum of 100 grams of carbs per hour, 1,400 milligrams of sodium per hour. I am going for roughly 50 to 100 milligrams of caffeine. So I know that's like on the higher end. I have a really high tolerance. When I was working in investment banking, I think I would drink like 3 or 4 Celsius a day. I built up this crazy tolerance. I don't have Celsius anymore, but I'm going to be having these Morton caffeine gels, and then G1M Sport Plus, which both have caffeine in them. And so I'm gonna be going for around 50 to 100 an hour. Most of my bottles will be filled with the regular G1M. And then outside of that, I'm aiming for around 300 calories an hour. And then what else we got? I actually have a little list right here of all the stuff. I try to write everything out. Oh, and then just, you know, we're trying to hit a minimum, absolute minimum of 24 ounces of water an hour. I'm gonna crush that. Like on my rides, I've been doing closer to double that just to make sure I don't cramp up too bad. I cramp on every single race that I do. I don't know what it is, but God just blessed me with the ability to consume a lot of fluids, and I just have a really tough time avoiding cramps even when I'm hitting like the most, you know, high-end goals that like my coaches set for me and stuff like that. But at a minimum, 1,400 milligrams sodium, 100 grams of carbs, around 50 to 100 milligrams of caffeine, 24 ounces of water, and 300 calories per hour while we're on the bike. So let me show you kind of how I'm going to do that. Basically, it's going to be split between gels, hard food, and then drink mixes. G1M Sport. G1M Sport plus honey gels with no caffeine, honey gels with caffeine. Morton's, these are what they actually give out on the course. I am going to bring my own just in case. I'm gonna have it kind of stocked in my bento box on my bike and then in the pockets on my tri-suits. And then for some energy, I'm gonna be taking this Correct. This is more of like a focus supplements, and this stuff is truly awesome. It's, just look into it yourself. This is not sponsored or anything, but they just made this blend where it just gives you incredible focus. Like, I've been locked in on some of my rides that I've done. I went out the other day and increased my speed on an 85-mile bike within a 1 week timeline by 2 miles per hour, which, if you know cycling, that is fast. That is a lot. With 1 week and an 85-mile bike, 2 miles per hour is a lot. So anyways, check that out. And then on top of that, this Dream nose strips company sent me these. I'm debating if I want to wear one of those, but it just will help me breathe better. And then got my Elements. I'm going to have these in some of my bottles with the G1M. That's just what I've done in the past, and it works for me. And then I'm going to supplement that with some of these salt sticks. And then I even have some salt like capsules, or salt stick capsules that has extra sodium in it. But yeah, that's what we have for all of our gear. I'm about to pack all this stuff up, but in terms of time, everyone asks, like, do you have goal time, blah, blah, blah. I really don't. My goal is to finish this race, and I am just so blessed that my family gets to be there. My girlfriend's coming to watch me. Specifically, I'm just excited for my mom to be able to be there at the finish line. I don't need to go too deep into this, but October 19th on Sunday is the 4-year anniversary of the night that me and my family almost lost my mom. And that's kind of what kickstarted, this mindset and this journey that I've been on, just getting into my fitness, getting into setting big goals and signing up for big challenges like Ironmans and stuff like that. And it's just going to be so full circle, and just excited to have her being able to watch me at the finish line. I'm probably going to get all emotional, but it's going to be truly an amazing day, and I'm just so excited to get out there and rock it. So I'm going to get this all packed up. I got to figure out what I'm even going to wear outside of that. I don't care what I wear outside of that. I'm probably gonna wear this. I just actually went and picked up some new kicks. I'm not a trendy dude whatsoever. I feel like I'm probably 12 years late to the, old school, I don't even know what you call these, like the vintage style shoes, but I went and picked up some New Balance 740s. And then I love On Clouds, the Cloud Monsters. I've actually ran 2 different 32-mile ultra marathons in Cloud Monsters. So I love these shoes because they just are super clean. So I picked up a new pair of those. I'll probably wear that to the airport. I thought this shirt was pretty sick. Play to win. That's what we're gonna do. Not this Sunday. We're gonna play to set a PR, which is gonna be something like 12 hours, 30 minutes. For a quick breakdown, I'm going for 1 hour on the swim. I'm going for roughly 20 minutes total with my transitions. I think the bike to run is gonna take me just a little bit longer. I think my swim to bike should take somewhere like 7 minutes, 7 minutes. My bike to run, maybe like 14. And then for the bike, I'm gonna try and hit 6 hours to 6.5 hours. And then the run, man, we're just gonna see how fast we can go and hang on and cross that finish line. So thank you. If you've made it this far, I appreciate you supporting the journey. Please let me know of any questions you have on any of this in the comments. And yeah, thank you for supporting my journey. Go track me on Sunday in the Ironman app and follow along for more. Thanks, guys. See you next time.